Hi, everyone. Welcome to Pbolic Notes. My name is Michael Krikchin, and today I'll be sharing with you the Fibonacci charts for Bitcoin and kind of showing how Bitcoin follows really pretty well the support and resistance lines as we said with the Fibonacci sequence. So I did the exercise earlier, and it was amazing seeing how it really is following the preset sequence. And this is something that we can use to fill out where it's going to be heading towards on a downtrend, and also we can also parlay it and set it up as well to kind of estimate where it's going to be going on when it does break its resistance lines on the uptrend, when it does start setting new all-time highs. So before I get started, I'd just like to let you know that I'm not a financial advisor. So whatever I'm sharing with you guys today is what I do personally for my personal investments. I am a holder of the Bitcoin token, and whatever information you'd like to take from this video, please go ahead and obviously have it checked with your financial advisors before you take any action with your hard-earned money. Let me share my computer screen with you. And I would like to share also my Tradingview application, kind of show you how I do it with setting the Fibonacci sequence. So the way to get started is I use Tradingview for my charting. I mean, obviously there's many other ways of doing this. And when we go to Tradingview, we can actually go to I've been able to go back as far as January 2015. And this goes until today, being January 31st. And if you look at where Bitcoin's price is as of this moment, it's around $38,347 US. So over here, once we go to the earliest that we can on the chart, then we find what the lowest point was on Bitcoin. And over here, even though we see over here, there's a kind of the way it starts, there's a wick here going down, something in the range of around $201. Yes, Bitcoin used to be at $201. Unfortunately, I didn't buy it at that price. So the best way to do it is to try and find where it had formed a resistance or support line. So over here, we see that there's this line right over here. So this is where I'm going to start setting my Fibonacci sequence, starting from here and going all the way up to the top of my chart, which is bringing me right over here. And then I will let this stop. And then what I will do is I will repeat the process. Once I've set this in place, then I will repeat the process with the exact same idea, but now going to the next low point. So I will take again the trend lines and go to this point over here, and then bring it up all the way here and stop it, and kind of repeat the process all the way up. So basically over here, the next point that I will see here, this congestion that has become a, I guess what the congestion has done here is that once Bitcoin has come down and hit this support line, this is going to be the point where we're going to be setting our next starting point for this next chart. And then afterwards, what we're going to do is this is going to be repeated all the way to the top. So basically, for every single time that we can see kind of a support line being formed, like right over here or over here, it's actually going to be a resistance because we're seeing it's formed a plateau. And then from this resistance line, I'll be going all the way to the top. And we'll be repeating this exercise for all the way. I mean, obviously it's taking time, but it's normal because we're doing many steps. And what we're seeing here is that you're seeing this pattern being formed, where all of a sudden we're kind of seeing the same lines repeating themselves at the same locations. So as we repeat this, and then so you see right over here, I'm going all the way up again. And so what this is doing is it's kind of allowing us to set this Fibonacci trend lines. And what this is allowing us to see really is all of a sudden there's a lot of these points that happen to be coming at the exact same location. So what I mean is that So I'm going to do one more time, and then this will be enough for us for our data points. Now, what I will do is we will go back, and whenever we see just a single line, so you see right over here, we have multiple points where are kind of reappearing at the exact same location. So those ones we will keep in place and will not touch, because those ones basically are kind of important positions, because those ones we're seeing them kind of the same point reappear as either a support or as a resistance line. But some of these other points we can actually remove. So if we come over here, so there's going to be some locations here where there's some of these points that we can actually remove from these ones. Like right over here, there's this one here. It's only once. I can remove this one. And then if I come back here, this one as well, I can remove. This one as well, I can remove. So these ones kind of, they're not as strong. We're not seeing it kind of hit the exact same spot many times. So then we can actually remove them because they're one line or two line and so forth. But then what it does, it kind of allows us to see which ones are the spots which are appearing over and over again. So if we look at our chart, we see that see these points. Obviously, the top we're seeing it many times. So this is this all-time high has become a very important point, and then we see it reappearing on these lines as well. But there's some other ones which we can remove because they're kind of weaker lines, meaning that there are not happening over and over again. So you see all these lines that are here right now, it looks like this one I can remove as well. Meanwhile, all the other lines are very important points because we've seen it kind of Bitcoin's price hitting it multiple times. So as we kind of zoom in to see what's going on with this, so let's pay attention to what's going on with this chart. Just with this Fibonacci sequences, we see that, see right over here, it looks like at around 38,000 or approximately between 38,000, we have a very important support line. So because this used to be, I guess it had become a support line over here, and there was a lot of congestion here. And then it went down a bit, and afterwards it went up, and then it right over here became resistance, and then it kind of tried going up again, and then over here became a new resistance line, and then it came down. There was congestion here, there was some selling, and then it started breaking down. So once we've come over here, it's going to be, see right now, as long as Bitcoin stays in this corridor, it's going to be okay. But if it breaks this support line, there's a possibility that it can go down all the way down to the $27,000, $28,000 mark. Obviously, we don't want that to happen because that's kind of an ultra bearish point, because it has not been that low since really December 2020. But it's very important for us to pay attention to what it does over here. Meanwhile, if this support line is strong, or if it develops strength, and if there's more buying pressure than selling pressure, and if it starts going up, and if it breaks this resistance line, then it will naturally be able to go up to the $50,000 mark. So we're going to be paying close attention to what happens to Bitcoin in the next couple of days, couple of weeks, because it could easily become extremely bearish or nicely bullish if it kind of continues with these lines. The trend, if you look at the actual trend lines, we see that it's kind of been pretty bearish really since mid-November, because you see it's really going this way. But meanwhile, if we make it, if we look at this a bit, zoom out and take a look at it really from way back when, we see that Bitcoin's trend is still kind of, I mean, over here it was the all-time trend has obviously been very bullish. I mean, whoever invested money at any time in the last 13 years since Bitcoin really has started, they've done extremely well, even though throughout the actual lifespan, there's been many ups and downs coinciding with Bitcoin's different cycles. So let's pay close attention to this, and in the next couple of days, I'll post an update for us to see what it did from this point here, to see how it moved, if it was able to actually use this line as its support line, or if it actually broke it, and if you start going even more bearish, into more bearish territory. So thanks so much for watching, and we'll do an update in a couple of days. Thank you.